Hello folks, this is the post-game rant. We're the Co-op Bros. I'm Diatesteron. With me is my little bro, the Tubby Muffin.
We just finished playing through one of the firefights in Ghost Recon. You know, it's just it wasn't part of the campaign, but it's a campaign map with just hunting down the bad guys. So we came back here to our lodge to sit back and have a little hunting.
And as you can see, we had to fight our way through, which was frustrating because there's some glitches still in this old game. And my favorite was where I was trying to snipe a guy and he just started exorcist flapping around all over like crazy. It was pretty wild. But, you know, Toby, we talked a lot about the game during the video, and so I had kind of a philosophy question for you on the, not philosophy, maybe a prediction question for you. So we talked about this game was part of this breakthrough and presented a brand new idea that no game before had really done, which was the whole one shot, one kill, and that whole like danger around every corner and strategy. So it was a new thing. And we mentioned that games like Halo had some new things that they brought to the table that made them a big deal. And I don't know about you, but I feel like in gaming right now, we're in kind of a rut with a lot of the games kind of doing the same thing. So my question to you is, what do you think could be a new and innovative idea for the first-person genre that hasn't been done before in a while that could really just revolutionize everything? So what do you think? Start off the rant.
What's really great is with all of the indie games that have come out, there are a lot of new ideas out there. And you may or may not have watched the Keep Talking Nobody Explodes game. That is a style of game that I had not played before. It's something different. So, you know, there is a lot of different things out there. I mean, there's a lot of the same stuff, like insert this name, craft, whatnot, which is just another Minecraft ripoff.
Right.
But, you know, technically that is first-person shooter, even though it's not a lot of shooting.
Yeah, I mean, Minecraft has a bow, so that makes it a first-person shooter, technically, right?
Yeah. See, I remember playing Big Game Hunt or something way back when, you know, hunting game. You sit in the woods, a fake woods, for 4 hours till something comes along instead of actually enjoying the real woods until something comes along.
Yeah, those were horrifyingly boring to me.
You know, that's the thing about the big new fads or even big new main stuff in the genre is you don't know when it's going to come. Nobody before Rogue Spear would have been, yeah, I can see a game coming out where one shot will kill you.
Well, okay, so no producer did produce a game like that before, but I'm sure people talked about it. I know me and my friends talked about games and would hypothetical, what if they did a game like this? What if they did a game like that? Like, what if it was really realistic and, like, you got shot in the arm and then you couldn't use your arm anymore? Or, you know, you got shot in the leg and then you were limping. Well, guess what? This game has that. So, what do you think? Something nobody does yet, but they could do. If you could just poof a game out, what do you think? What would you like to see?
See, one thing I'd really like to see come out is, I know they have the technology, and it's possible somebody has already done it. I want a first-person shooter that's, you know, kind of a VR style. It doesn't even have to be VR. I could be sitting there looking at a screen. But I want a fully functional fake firearm. So when I reload the firearm, I want to pull a magazine out and put a new one in. I want to be a part of the game. I don't want to sit there with mouse and keyboard, which, you know, I've done for years, and it's fine, but I want a game where I can sit there with a gun in my hands and act as if it's a real gun against these targets.
Oh, so you want the whole light gun experience, like the whole arcade thing, or...
Yeah, but I want a bit more detail into it. So, you know, reloading and the whole mechanics of the gun actually work to the extent of a real gun would. And when I took Hunter Safety a while ago, they had a 22 long rifle that had been all of the firing mechanisms taken out and put in a laser and a trigger. And then they set up a target and you could shoot the targets with the laser. But, you know, that's a hunting game of, you know, just a bunch of targets of can you shoot a fire.
Yeah, well, you know, now that you mention that concept of wanting more realism, I just had this idea like right now. What if we saw more of an augmented reality type game where you've got the glasses on, but you're in your real life environment, whether it's your backyard or you go out in the woods, or, you know, in your house might be a little too scary close to home. I don't think I'd want to play simulated shooting games in my house. But, you know, let's say in our backyard, or we go to, you know, go out to the state land in the woods or something, and you put the glasses on, and it puts the enemies in the environment that you're actually in, and then you shoot them with the light gun or, you know, whatever, that type of tool. See, like, to me, that would be pretty groundbreaking.
That sounds like it could be fun, because I remember playing airsoft and paintball, you know, sitting in the woods with real people doing combat style of games. So I think, you know, in some environments it would be way too personal and something I wouldn't want to do. I would not do it, like you said, in my house. There's no way.
Right. Like you had your house robbed before, right? Like I wouldn't want a
Yes,
situation where you're reminding yourself of a violent altercation in your home, you know.
Yeah. The last thing I want to do is fake have to shoot someone in my house.
Right. I mean, that's traumatic, and people have like serious psychological issues from being in that situation. So you would not want to like trigger that, I would think. But
yeah.
But also too, okay, I think Pokemon Go, for example, points at the biggest flaw in this idea that I just came up with off the top of my head. Which is that Pokemon Go, everybody got into it. It was so cool. Augmented reality, capture Pokemon, basically play Pokemon in real life, right? Except it died in like 2 weeks. Why is that? Well, probably a lot of reasons, and there's speculation, but one of them, I think, was that people had to get up and go do stuff. And it was an activity you had to go do, and if your computer game required you to go out to the woods or, you know, get up and go away and do something, I think it breaks one of the key things that makes computer games relaxing, is that you don't have to go do anything. You just sit down and chill and play something.
See, that's why I do play computer games to relax and unwind. And
right.
You know, it'd be a treat to run out in the forest and do that a couple of times, but for relaxing, I would like to sit in my living room playing Ghost Recon or
like, and
playing Rogue Spear or
how many people
whatever
game at night too, right? Like I know tonight we started a recording after Packlet went to bed. You know, put Packlet in bed, and then we started up the engine. So, you know, that's a conflict there too. And really, you might just run into the whole scenario that games like Ghost Recon ran into, where it's a unique and a cool concept, one shot, one kill, you know, but no game is doing that anymore, because as cool and unique as the concept was when these games were popular, nobody wants to sit there for 5 minutes and wait for the hill to be clear before they can climb over it and snipe the guy.
Yeah.
You know. And it was cool back in the 90s when these games were out, but if you put a game out like that today, people would be like, oh, why are we playing this? Forget that.
But, you know, that's what happens with games, though. Eventually, games like Minecraft are going to die out, and people are going to stop making them. Thank goodness. But
that being said, I do enjoy most of the X-Craft games that are out there. But yeah, I think they're overdone.
See, I have a couple of them I like that aren't even Minecraft-y. Like, they're somewhat like... I play 7 Days to Die.
Right, and
it's a great game. Yeah, there's a Minecraft style to it because you can move terrain. But there's more realism there of when you build a structure, it actually has to have stability or else it will collapse.
See, and I'm not as big of a fan of 7 Days to Die, but I really like Space Engineers.
Well, that's about all the time that we've got right now for the rant. So make sure you come back for the next game and the next rant.
Yeah, hey, and before Tubby signs us off, I'd just like to give a shout out for the comment section. The rant's kind of more the philosophy section, and I would love to have a discussion with anybody out there who's interested about this stuff in the comment section. So drop us a comment, and we'll take your thoughts and feelings on it. Tubby, you got that grenade? Send us out.
All right. We hope you liked the video. Like and subscribe and leave your comments. This has been the Co-op Bros.
We'd rather fail with friends than be elite with enemies.